The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome back to Garthology and Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New
Year.
2026.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Today marks the start of our 7th season, too. Can you believe that? We are 7 seasons in.
That's wild.
That is wild.
Crazy.
We wanted to start this new year and new season with something that gets us all in a positive mindset. So today, we are each sharing 3 things that we're carrying into 2026. A Garth lyric, a Garth song, and a Garth-style way of thinking. So, 2026, new year, let's all get in that new year mindset. And we're tying it into Garth. I'll start us off. So, I haven't talked about this very much on the podcast, but 2025 was definitely a year of change for me. After 38 years of working for the Department of Navy, I retired.
Yay!
Yay! That was so exciting. Awesome. I tell you, what a crazy thing. And 38 years goes by a lot faster than you expect it to, let me tell you. So it was a big year of change for me. And with retirement being this like crazy, beautiful, big, kind of slightly surreal new chapter in my life, I've noticed that I need a little nudge more than ever before. And so I've really been thinking about that a lot. Obviously, I've had more time to think about it. And when your whole routine changes overnight, it's so easy to think like, wait, what do I do now? Or what if I'm not good at the next thing? Like when you've been doing something very similar for so long and suddenly you have to do a new thing, it's a little daunting. So for 2026, my Garth lyric is, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. For me, this lyric feels like it's a solid challenge to step into the unknown because my whole life, I started at the base when I was 18. I've been doing the same thing forever. And so this is an unknown time for me. And I have to keep reminding myself that retirement isn't the end of the road. This is just the part where I finally get to choose a few journeys that I want to go on, not that the Navy wants me to go on.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've traveled a lot for them. And now I get to travel for myself. I get to have new experiences, ones that I choose. I get new hobbies. I get new trips. I get new routines. But none of that happens if I sit on the sidelines and just overthink it. So that Garth lyric is basically just tapping me on the shoulder and saying, go ahead, try, start small, take the first step, but you've earned this chapter in your life. Now live it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, Pete, over to you. What's your 2026 lyric?
Yeah, my Garth lyric for 2026 would be, if I could have missed the pain, I'd had to miss the dance. It was very, very simple. It was the first thing that came to my mind when we started thinking about it. I think in life, we all know that there are wins and losses. And the last couple of years have had a ton of growth for me, both personally and professionally. And with that comes risk and loss. Like, every day, every new chapter, every new challenge, there's risk, there's possible loss, there's profit, there's possible gaining. So I know that all the risks that I've taken the past 2 years and really the last 2 months of 2025, it's going to pay off immensely for me in 2026. Paperwork is signed. Everything is fantastic. I look forward to seeing it all take shape. Like my wife, Stephanie's finally going to get a clean bill of health from her tumor incident. Our daughter's going to graduate high school. Our son's going to continue his path to becoming a CHP officer. Like, I'm excited to be a part of this dance. Every day is a new step in a dance that, I feel that I'm taking in life. So that's it. I just think that lyrics, like I could miss the pain, but I would have had to miss the dance, and I don't want to miss this for life. Like I said, there's been a lot of things we've overcame, but it's all paid off for the better. And I think 2026 is going to be a big plus in that department for us. So what about you, Jess? What's your lyric going to be for 2026?
So if the past few years have taught me nothing else, they've taught me that good, bad, or indifferent, you just never know what's coming around the bend in your life.
Mm-hmm.
In the past 10 years, I've moved across the country. I bought my first home. I lost my dad. I started a podcast with these two, which I never, ever would have thought that I would do. I had a child. I sold my first home and moved to the country, and I completely changed career paths. And somehow through all of that, I survived and thrived even amidst all the huge change. So my lyric going into 2026 is, life's a highway. There's only one way you're going to get through it. So when she starts to twist, be more like Chris, pull your hat down tight and just do it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So awesome.
Because I feel like sometimes in life, you're riding high and everything's great. And sometimes you're just hanging on for dear life and hoping you get through whatever's happening right at that moment. So I think truly all we can do is pull our hats down tight and just do it. So in 2026, when things start to go a little sideways, I'm going to do my best to remember this lyric and just hold on through it and know we'll come out the other side.
That's right.
Very good.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That is perfect.
Yeah, I love
and
those.
so
Those are
was
good.
yours, Pete.
Thanks, yeah.
That absolutely is the perfect lyric for you.
I was just waiting to see if any of us picked the same one because we never compare notes before we go into it.
Yeah.
Which I was like, if we do, we'll have a different take on it, so it'll be
I'm
fine.
sure
but
we
I
will.
love that we all picked something different too.
Yeah,
Me
that's pretty
too.
awesome.
All right, now on to our next New Year theme. This time, we're going to give you an entire song that represents our attitude heading into 2026. So my theme song for the year is, and this may be absolutely understandable, 2 pina coladas.
It cannot
Hey,
be
if
any
it's
better.
retirement, that's fitting
Right?
to me.
Exactly.
As soon as you said retirement, I knew it was going to be it. I knew it.
I mean, when that song comes on, don't you just automatically think of a good time?
Yeah,
That's what I
Totally.
think of. I think of sitting on a beach, drinking a Mai Tai, having a great time. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise in a couple of days, and that's exactly what I will be doing. I will have 1 pina colada in each hand, and I will be drinking them up.
Yeah. there you go.
So, yeah, it reminds me of a great vacation, living life to the fullest, and remembering to always have a good time. And for 2026, that's the Garth energy I want.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
I love
All
it.
right, Pete, now it's your turn. What's your song?
Yeah, my song for the year is "I'm Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old." Like I truthfully, I don't feel that old in some ways, but some ways I do. I've been on this crazy health journey, and to be honest, I feel so much better. I feel a lot younger. But going back to the song lyric that I picked before, Steph and I sat on the couch this morning, drinking coffee. It's raining here in SoCal. Rain's hitting the window. Wind's blowing sideways. And we talked about 2025 and then 2026. Again, it goes back to our youngest will graduate. Our son's going to transfer to a Cal State. And then they go on and they get older. And Steph and I, we're going to celebrate our 20th year this year being married. We were looking at next big things in life. Now looking back, we talked about our kids going to high school. We talked about them driving. Aunt Deb, it. Jess, you're going to live it. Now we're talking about kids getting married, graduating, grandkids. It's a completely different outlook on life now. We've reached this point where looking forward completely changes the possibilities of things that are going to happen in life. That song just fits, right? Every lyric. I think I'm on that side of the hill now where well, how did I get so old so quick? Why
Sliding
is it,
down?
Exactly.
This
It's
was the year.
Yeah, hop on that sled and hold on for the ride of your life. And it's crazy. Like,
imagine how I feel since I've known you since the day you were born.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then you just look at that generation thing, like, our like my mom, sitting there talking to her, and now she's got to start looking. I mean, obviously, hopefully, knock on wood, not anytime soon because they are still young. But you start looking at those, being a grandparent, being a great grandparent, and things like that, and it's just like, how did I get this old? Like, what happened, right? So that is my song for 2026, and I imagine for many years to come. Jess, what about you? What's your song for 2026?
My theme song for 2026 is Fish off of Man Against Machine. And some of you may not be as familiar with this one because it wasn't a big hit. So basically, it's about a guy chatting with another guy while they're fishing, saying, hey, you could sell your fish and invest the money in poles and boats and then buy a whole fleet of boats and then you'd be rich and you could do whatever you want. And the guy's sitting there holding his fishing pole in his hand and he's like, you mean fish? And it's such a funny song about doing what you love and appreciating the simple things in life. And I think not just getting so bogged down in the day-to-day that you miss out on what you're actually working for and toward, and realizing that maybe even you already have some of it. So I'm hoping to remember this in 2026 because, as the saying goes, I remember a time I prayed so hard for the life I have now. And so my goal this year is to just remember that on a regular basis. There's another quote that says, don't get so busy giving them a good life that you forget to give them a good day. And I think that's really important as a parent, but it's also really important as an individual for yourself. Like, don't get so bogged down in creating a good life for yourself that you forget to have a good day because you don't know how much time you have. And so I want to just be mindful to enjoy the blessings that I already have and not worry so much about what I need to achieve going forward. So that's going to be part of my focus for the new year.
Great way to look at it.
That's so good.
Sure.
My gosh.
Yep.
See, this is why I wanted to do this. Oh, this whole topic is just making me happy.
Hopefully it's good for other people too. Hopefully they're like, yeah, what do I want to do? Because I don't set goals. I'm not a New Year's resolution person. I don't usually do that. So, but I think it is nice to reflect on, what is this year going to look like? What do I want it to look like?
Yeah.
So This was a good idea, Deb.
Yep.
Good job.
Great one.
It's a perfect time for all of us to think about what can we bring to this new year.
Yeah.
For our final topic today, we are going to give you our Garth style mindset for the new year. So when I think of a Garth style mindset, I just picture Garth. So all of us who've seen him live in concert, right? Just take a moment, close your eyes, think about what he's like when he's standing on that stage. Sometimes he just stops. He doesn't move. He puts his hands in the air, or raises his hat to the sky. And he's just kind of taking it all in. Like he grabs that moment and he just really relishes it. Mm-hmm. He feels the energy that we as fans are sending him from the audience, and he just holds on to it. So that's what I think of as far as a Garth mindset. So in that state of mind, now think about, what do you want to take in 2026? What kind of mindset, what kind of Garth mindset are you choosing? So for me, I am going with, stop treating joy like it's something you earn later.
Yeah, that's really good.
I spent 38 years waiting for retirement, and that's it. I'm done waiting.
Yeah.
I'm living it. Like Jess said, I was praying for the life that I am now living. So that ties into this perfectly for me. It's so important to me that you said that. I'm not waiting for the perfect day anymore. I'm not saving happiness for a future version of myself. This is it. Today is the day. I'm not waiting to be more organized or have more time or, be the person who has everything all together, because I'm living it. And so right now I am choosing to live life to the fullest, and I'm letting that joy count right now, starting today. That's my pledge for 2026.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great
Thank you.
Like that, after 38 years of all the hard work, you definitely deserve it. So that's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am going to spend this year loving it.
Yep.
Starting with this next cruise, which will be my 4th cruise since retirement started.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nice.
doing it,
It's
man.
like you get out of the Navy to be away from the water, and then you're just back on the water all the time. Gee, you might as well stay working.
Might as
The
well.
different. Now you're paying for it instead of getting paid to do it. I don't know if you
Right?
understand that.
At least when I was on a ship for the Navy, they were paying me. Yeah.
Yeah, all you need to
now-
do is ask him to throw a casino and a couple Mai Tais on that bitch. You'll be fine. It'll be exactly what you want.
That was the problem. They
Yeah,
weren't giving me the Mai Tais.
Deb, what's it going to take to get you back? You know what? Put a casino on the ship and some booze.
Yes.
Give me a sale card and I'll be just fine. I'll come back.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, what's your mindset?
Yeah, my mindset is, I go back to the special that Garth did where he was up on the farm, up on the hill, just sitting around the fire pit, reflecting on life. Like, I can see myself there, right? I see myself there maybe middle of June 2026. Steph and I we will have already celebrated our 20th. Nicole will be graduated. Brad will be at Cal State. Like, looking back on all those things that I'm looking forward to that I mentioned before in 2026, I could imagine like what the first half of my life was if I was to look at it. Look at all the great things that we have in life right now. What I was able to set up the last 2 years, what I've been working on the last 2 months of 2025 to get all that done. And, things are going to be amazing for our family going forward. We will have a lot of freedom as a family to do a lot of the things that we've always talked and dreamed about. I mean, listen, we've been very fortunate. We've been able to do some amazing things, but I always did it with a little bit of like, okay, well, what if this was to change? Is this something we should be doing right now? And I think going forward, I'm still going to worry about that kind of stuff. There's a part of my life where I didn't know where the next meal was going to come from. And I'm very fortunate not to be there now. I think I'll always live with that style mindset, I think, going forward. But I think in 2026 and the things that I've set up, like, no doubt it's going to be the best one for my family and going forward. As long as we could all stay healthy. I know, a lot of people say they say that health and wealth is what it's all about. I think that there's so much more to life than wealth. I think that there are a lot of things that make a person wealthy. It's not just about money. And I think that I've done a relatively good job being able to set up all of those different things that bring my family wealth, whether it's, financially or love or whatever the case is, a home, roof over our head. Professionally, things are great. And I just cannot wait to see what 2026 brings and beyond. Like, there's been a lot of things, over the years that I've worked towards. And I kind of got to this point in my life where I was like, damn, you kind of, you turn 45, all right, now you're 46 and you kind of, you're getting older and things are changing, right? Kids are going off, like these things that I talked about. And I just wanted to make sure that there was a lot of things that I always knew I had to handle in the past. I never really focused on getting done. Now I've got those things done. And that starts this year. It starts today. Like, all of the paperwork and everything that I've set up goes into effect January 1, 2026. And it's going to be amazing. If it's everything I ever dreamt of, it's going to work out just like I need. And I am so excited for it. So that's kind of where I see myself, just reflecting back on, like, damn, 6 months from now, it's all working out. It's doing what it's did, drinking a beer. Like, you did it. You got it done. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And if I look there and it's like, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, it's not locked up where this is the one all be all. I can change things. I've left it open-ended. It can't get any worse. And it's not. But there's no way it can go backwards from here. And that excites me. It's amazing. So that's how I'm looking at it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's so great.
What about you, Jess?
When I think of the person that Garth is, I often think of what a good and dedicated father he's been to his girls, especially after his realization in the late 90s about what he was missing and kind of what they were getting from somebody else in his absence. And in interviews and in the anthology books, I've read about how he built a bridge with his girls, which was a big, cool thing, but also how he showed up for them every day and went to every game and stood on the sidelines and did something as silly as eat like a dog night. So going into 2026 with this in mind, I want to go in with the mindset of make it a point to celebrate the small stuff. Because as most of you know, I'm in my parenting era. And so that's where my focus is. And truthfully, most of my biggest, fondest memories as a kid were not big moments. They were not like birthdays and Christmases and, parties and things like that. It was like my mom coloring with me on the floor in a big coloring book. And there was a hill that every time we went over it, my dad would drive fast because he knew my belly would flip and me and my friends would laugh. And like, those are just the little things that added up to the big memories in my life. They were not big days. And I think as a parent, you never know what's going to be a big thing to your kids or what is going to be the thing that they remember. So I think just those are the mundane little moments that as a mom and as a person, I want to focus on enjoying and celebrating this year. Just lots of those happy, simple little moments that I hope will turn into beautiful memories for me and for the people that I care about. And so I think that that all ties back to just remembering to celebrate the small moments.
Yes. And that's so true. I know, my kids obviously were in very different stages. My kids are grown and 2 of the 3 are out of the house. And those things, those small things are what they remember. You don't realize it unless you, like you've done now, take the moment to think about it. They bring up things now that I would have never imagined would have made such an impact on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know as an individual that it's that way for me. And I'm sure that both of you having older kids now, I'm sure they talk to you about like, oh, remember this or that was so, and you're like, yeah, I remember it. But like, it was not a big blip on your radar, but for them, it was something they held on to. So I think trying to be mindful of those things like this might be a big deal and just, and just being happy in a small moment, because life's made up of a whole lot more of those than the big ones.
Yeah.
It came out a couple of weeks ago. Andrew and I were at the shop and we were talking to a customer of ours that had come in, and she was there with their younger daughter picking up her car, and we were talking, and they were like, yeah, we're going to do our annual Christmas trip with the family and so on and so forth. And they got to talking. There's one thing that came out of that conversation that I think that, kind of struck me is that, when the kids are 20, 25 years old, 30 years old, and they're talking to their kids or family or whatever, they're not going to talk about, dude, how cool was it when my mom and dad bought me those pair of Jordans that were $175? Or how cool was it when I got this or that or whatever? It's going to be the trips, the vacations to Hawaii, the small things, like you said, going over a hill pretty quick to make your belly, the kinds of things. Like I remember now, my mom and Tom, we would get off the freeway, and when you get off the freeway, you got to come down Bolsa Chica, and there's this area that comes around the corner, and it's a 50-mile-an-hour street, but there's around that corner an area where there's this hedge and this bush line, and Tom would do everything that he could to get as close as possible without letting the mirror hit the branches. And I will forever remember. And the crazy thing is I drive that road every day from the shop to home because I'm in the same neighborhood where I grew up at. And so every time that I pass, I think of it. I remember that. And I learned out of that conversation is that the kids and the people like us in life, we're going to remember the experiences, not the items, right? Not the shoes and things like that. It's going to be the experiences in life. And again, that's what I'm so happy about. Again, being able to do. I'm going to stop saying no and start saying yes a little more.
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, and I love this whole topic because I don't think we're saying you've got to figure out your whole year right now. We're just saying sometimes you need to choose what you carry into the new year. So like Jess said, I'm not big on New Year's resolutions because I think they're super easy to break. So for me, this is just a better idea because it's what do I want 2026 to look like? And, grabbing these little themes and taking them into the year so that at some point during the year, I'm sure there will be struggles. We all have things that we go through every year, but you can then look back on this one lyric or this one song or this one mindset and kind of write yourself. And for me, that's better than any New Year's resolution that I'll just tomorrow wake up and go, yeah, I didn't really want to do that anyways. So it's okay if I break it. So I think just keep these things in mind as you go through 2026. And to our listeners, I want you to think about it too. We want to hear what your year looks like for you. What's your lyric for this year? What's your song? What's the mindset that you want to take into 2026? So send it to us, comment it, message us, carrier pigeon. I don't care.
What a boomer. She said carrier pigeon. What a boomer.
Whatever works, just get it to us. Because this community, honestly, it's one of the best parts of doing Garthology. We have so much fun with you all.
Yeah, and I mean, the truth is, like, we have fun, right? We get on this, we do this camera, we record, we laugh, we joke, right? Bo pops in, makes us laugh. We have all these things or whatever. But really, what are we doing it for? We're doing it for the people and the fans and the people that follow us that are out there that listen. And that's why we continue to do it, because if it wasn't for them, we could just have a phone conversation about these kinds of things whenever, right? We wouldn't take the time to do the research to record, for Aunt Deb to edit it and the posting and all that stuff. So we really do appreciate it, to all of you guys out there.
Yes, we do. And I know we are all excited about what's coming this year. We're going to have more deep dives. Obviously, we're going to have more fun and more moments that make us laugh. We always laugh when we're recording these podcasts.
Yes, we do.
And now I think we have that idea that we will have more of those. How did that song know exactly what I needed kind of days? Like, that's what I think of now when we're talking about Garth's songs, is I turn on one of his songs to do research and go, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Yeah. So I look forward to much more of that in 2026. All right. Happy New Year, friends. Wherever you're starting from, whether you're excited, exhausted, hopeful, nervous like I am, I'm just glad that you're here with us. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and don't forget to live life to the fullest. Have you checked out our website at garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today and check out all of our past episodes. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, please stop by and hit that 5-star button if you like what you hear, and then write up a review to encourage others to listen. Then share our podcast with every Garth fan you know. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
And speaking of friends in low places, if you guys are on social media, so are we. If you guys are on Facebook, we are at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. If you are on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Threads, we are at GarthologyCast there. So, like this episode said, we do want to hear what your guys' lyric and song and all that is. So hit us up on any of those in the direct messages or comment. We appreciate the likes and the shares. And again, we do this all because we have so much fun doing it for you all. So we appreciate the support. I hope that you all have a wonderful 2026, and we will see you guys next time.
We release new episodes of Garthology on the 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month. So if you're missing Garth, come join us for an episode and spend some quality time with your fellow Garthologists as we relive the highlights of Garth's life and career up to this point and discuss the albums that have become the soundtrack to our lives. So until the next one,
thanks for joining us for today's episode of Garthology. And I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Happy 2026, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. And remember, love will always win.
Happy 2026, everybody. Finish it! Finish it!
Bloopers. Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
Here we go.
Right. That was a good start.
Welcome, Bo, to the podcast.
New year, same Bo.
Yes. Second. Bowen, what are you doing?
Nothing.
It's making too much noise.
Nothing?
I'm doing nothing. Okay. You're not going to tell me.
He's not going to tell you. He doesn't want to tell you. He doesn't want you to know.